What's your reaction to what the ECB's done?
So certainly some incremental steps in the right direction, but I think when we compare what we're seeing in the ECB, including today, to what we've seen out of the Federal Reserve and U.S. policymakers more broadly, the scale in response is just much different, and you're seeing that reflected in the way Italian government bonds are trading today versus where they were in March, and we're just not seeing the kind of compression of financial conditions or the loosening of financial conditions on the back of the ECB that we have seen here in the U.S. So I think we're going to need to see quite a bit more looking ahead.
What would you want to see them do? A lot of the talk headed into this was expanding their PEPP program, their PEP program, and buying junk bonds. What do you want to see?
So I'd say three things, and not all of it is on the ECB. I mean, I think we recognize the way in which the ECB is in a much different institutional framework than the U.S., and they face challenges the Federal Reserve doesn't. But I think you highlighted it there with the ECB clearly expanding the PEP program very sizably, making it a sort of overwhelming backstop for the system. Secondly, as you said, I think expanding, as the Federal Reserve has, into fallen angels is a very central thing. But beyond that, I'd say two additional things. One, I think we just need to see much more decisiveness and coordination from the fiscal policy side of what's happening in Europe. Clearly, we've seen that to date in the United States. I think some risks ahead, but we need to see something similar from Europe. And then thirdly, I'd just say more broadly, a sort of whatever it takes mindset of the kind that we saw in 2012 from ECB President Draghi, and I think we're seeing now from Chairman Powell and U.S. fiscal policymakers for the time being.